And usually, we can see the signs like you described.
Yeah.
It's just telling people to be accountable. We're kind of losing that. People act like they don't know what they're getting so into, like they don't know the effects. But again, just to spin back around full circle to your last question, it's just unfortunate, bro, because nobody sees that shit taking over their life.
Nah, you're right.
But it can take over your life, bro.
Yeah.
That little voice in your head is strong. It's a powerful thing, man. And you think sometimes you controlling it, but then it could be controlling you.
Yeah. And okay, that circle right into your single. What's the one you was talking about?
Talking about Shadows.
Yeah, talk about that Shadows.
Yeah, that's
okay. Well, you was telling me when we was in the
record.
studio, you was talking about how everybody has those conversations. You was in the field, for real.
Are you ready, Katie?
Pull up in a spaceship, feeling like the Jetsons. Probably out of universe, driving on a mission. I've been searching far and wide, chasing all the visions. Burning all the reefer up, feeling like the Jetsons. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme. I'ma be supreme, yeah, it's be supreme, yeah. Pop up out the space, cool, we gon' find a place to go. I'ma be supreme, only pearls we be facing others, yeah.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Be Supreme Spotlight. I'm your host, Bootsie Dawkins, and we have another special episode today. We got my friend here. I'm going to step back. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself and tell y'all where he from.
Yo, what's good? My name's OG Delay. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Currently staying out here in Charlotte.
All right. So you say you from Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir. Born and raised.
Why I don't hear it in your voice?
What you mean, man? I'm supposed to be country, bro? I'm supposed to be wearing a cowboy?
Yeah,
Cowboy hat right now?
That's what we expect to hear, that country twang when you say
bro.
Nashville.
Come on, bro. I pronounce my E's and R's, bro, but I'm still from the Ville. Honestly, I'm 20 minutes south from a city called Franklin. But if you say Franklin, bro, people just think you got money, and we all didn't have money like that, bro. We all didn't have it like that. But nah, I'm born and raised Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, so what was it like growing up in Tennessee?
Honestly, it was a blessing. We kind of had a utopia of people. We had a bunch of cultures. So I was able to be exposed to a lot of different, ideals, different flavors of life. So that kind of instilled in me some type of diversity. So that was a blessing, for sure. It was also pretty rough though too. So I learned at a young age, not everything that glitters is gold, because some things you think was sweet, everything was fun, and then behind closed doors, things leave a little more.
Yeah.
It seems. So sure.
Would you say that your upbringing in Tennessee has impacted your music?
Oh, for sure. The way my mom kind of brought us up in a community type of way, knowing that we had a community watching over us, or kind of what the community had to say about us mattered. So we knew going outside that we couldn't have nobody talking crazy about us or one of our family members. So that kind of unity and understanding that you should be accountable and people that keep you accountable, that definitely influenced me as a person. And that kind of translate in my music. I feel like in my music I got to be accountable for my story, got to be accountable for the pictures that I'm painting. So I put a lot of time into kind of how I craft my music, because I know it represents me and my family, my people. So when I'm performing or recording, I definitely keep that in the forefront of my mind, for sure.
Okay. So what artists did you look at that influenced you as you was growing up? What's some of your favorite artists?
My brother put me on to J. Cole first, and then Drake right before he got big, right before he blew up. J. Cole first. Friday Night Lights, used to bump that every day in high school on the way to football practice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Legendary tape. Right
Kanye West came out around that time too. 808 and Heartbreaks.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty timeless.
And then you talking about some classics right now.
And then Drake came out with Take Care, 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's when I was really. So I've been around music my entire life, but those three definitely stick out when it came to me like following an artist and like really like being on the lookout for an artist drop and things like that. Those three definitely.
Okay, so like what was it that you put into your music? Some of J. Cole's
his storytelling, the way he writes. So I freestyle a good amount of songs, but usually my best ones are written, just because they may start as a freestyle, but the way I like to broadcast my ideas. I like to make sure nothing's misinterpreted. So J. Cole kind of taught me, like, through his storytelling and the way he uses words to inflect or reflect an idea he may have put in a verse or in his chorus, that kind of taught me, like, hey, that takes time and precision. Like, that's not just by chance, you know. He kind of taught me that if you're going to put something in a song, be precise about what you're going to say.
Okay.
So,
so let's speak directly on your music. Like, what's the last thing you released?
I had a project just come out last year called Please Excuse My Rage. Featured a lot of production from North Carolina producers and things like that. Mixed almost exclusively by Lord G, engineer out here.
What producers you have on there? Go ahead and shout some of them out.
We got Money Made, who is Munchie. Munchie's on there. Who else? Lord G. Me and him got a song called On Me. My homie out of Nashville, Johnny. John Gotti, yeah, we got a couple. My boy Onyx out of Colorado, he went crazy. He was on Yeat's project. He had a collaboration with Yeat and Lil Uzi and some other producers. So shout out to Onyx. He's been working with me for a long time. Who else? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Man, I work with a lot of talented producers. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Who am I forgetting? I got some more coming up. Got Ayo Evan coming up. Some more with Money coming up. Me and Munchie got some more coming up. Yeah, man, it's been a blessing to be out here in Charlotte for sure.
You was telling me that you were you got some traveling coming up. You about to go out towards the West Coast.
Yeah.
So what's the importance of getting around, touching different areas?
You get to see how different networks work. You get to see how different scenes move, and that's healthy. You know, sometimes we get tunnel vision as artists or as creatives. So taking a step back and traveling somewhere else and getting a different perspective definitely goes a long way.
Yeah. So what's some of your favorite places to go?
I've been to Seattle recently. I recorded a song called Fallacy. Me and Munchie worked on that song. And just going out to the West Coast, it was just a different whole vibe when I was recording it.
So you went to Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a flight, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
How long did it take?
About 8-9 hours.
Yeah,
legs cramping, but we got there though.
But I heard it's some nice, beautiful views out there.
Yeah, man. I was about 2 minutes from the bay, was where the studio was. Shout out to my homie Still Beats. He recorded that song for me. Did a great job engineering as well. It's called Fallacy. That's gonna be coming out in the next project too. Okay. So yeah, Seattle's cool. Favorite places to travel. I'm hoping California coming up. I'm hoping to scout out some studios, maybe scout out some
This your first time going to Cali?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure you gonna live in Cali, definitely. You know, Cali is a place, it's big, it's about them connections. Right. A lot of places is, but Cali is a lot more about connections, really. When you know more people, you're able to get in a lot more doors there.
Word. I'm just excited about just the vibes as a whole. Some of the scenes, you know, some of the delicacies of the area. That'll be kind of cool to experience. Just see what, you know, I hear a lot of things about the West Coast. He said, say less.
I got you. Right.
You talk about, I don't hear you.
Yeah, I will help you. I'm going to help you out, man. God do you, brother.
You talk about, I don't hear you.
You about to mess up the game. You going to burn the wrong side. But now you were talking about out on the West Coast. So what you plan on doing out there?
So I'm working a little bit. I'm trying to link up with a friend of mine. He's a photographer. He's in film school. His name's Taylor. Hopefully we're going to shoot a couple music videos. I got a little, I wouldn't call it an EP. It's more just a single drop for this album I got coming out. So I plan on doing a little 2-pack with the music video and hopefully recording a couple more songs. I got about 10 songs ready for this project. I'm trying to get 12 together. 12 really solid songs, and then we load them up. You know what I'm saying? We release them, and we'll see what the.
What's the name of the project? You got a name for it?
Yeah, it's called "Don't Delay My Love." It came in a dream. I woke up and that was the only thing I could remember was "Don't Delay My Love, Don't Delay My Love." So 4 or 5 months later, here we are, and the project's almost done. So I'm excited. It's gonna be my best one yet.
How many tracks you got over there?
So yeah, like I said, I got 10 right now. 10 unreleased that I'm gonna release. Some of my favorite unreleased. Some are newer, some are older. And like I said, I got 2 more that I wrote, and another one that I freestyled that I wanna put down to see if I'm gonna let it make the cut. But I definitely wanna get 2 more for this project. So 12 solid. Try to keep it under about 30, 35 minutes. So I think it'd be a good project.
You got any features on there?
I actually don't. This is a solo. Let me think on it.
You don't got no features on there. So you don't like to do features?
It's not that. It's just my music happens so sporadically.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make a song in like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Or it may take me 2 weeks to write it, put it down, come back, rewrite it, something like that. So when I do features, it just has to make sense. It can't be forced. It can't just be, hey, I know you got a crowd, so come on my song, my crowd, and we just hope that our crowd fuck the song. No, it's got to make sense. And I feel like most artists feel that way. Like, you ever try to force yourself to do something you don't want to do? It's not going to be your best work.
Yeah.
So you could probably get it done, but nobody enjoyed it. Right. The process or the final result.
And that, creating art is about enjoying it. Like, you don't want to be in there like a slave creating art.
Right. So to answer your question, just when the feature makes sense or if it can be done, then we make it happen.
So what you saying that is it in your business plan to actually go get one of those big features at some point?
There are people I would work with for sure. I think I want to start like locally, as far as like in North Carolina and Charlotte, Raleigh, kind of just work with the people that are in the music scene that I'm in. Work with some people back home in Nashville that also take this music thing as seriously as I do. It's just because, I know what's at stake, when I put out music. Like, I really want to impact the world. So I don't want to be associated with people that just kind of do this for the fuckery of it or do this, just for the money. Like, I'm really trying to, in my expression of myself, my goal is to also help people, connect with people. So if we ain't seeing eye to eye on that, on a life basis, we can't make music. It won't make sense. Yeah. So, yeah, when it comes to features, I don't really look for them, but if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I heard from a little birdie that they call you Ride Wave. So,
look, man, as long as they ain't calling me JJ Icefish, what's his name?
That's it.
That's all I'm at. You can call me Rod, you can call me Juice WRLD, you can call me whatever. Shout out to them.
Oh, so Juice WRLD, they call you Juice WRLD. Why is that? Is it because of the music?
I think so.
Yeah, you played a couple tracks for me. It was one you played that was real close to was it Toxic?
Oh, Toxic 2.0.
Yeah, Toxic 2.0.
Yeah, those guitars went crazy. My homie John produced that. He went crazy on that production. I think it's just the expression. I learned a lot from listening to Juice WRLD and Triple X, XXXTentacion, just about expression, just the freedom of saying how you feel in that moment, and not really worry about who the fuck hears or how they feel about it. So,
but it's crazy that you said those two legends that's not here no more. Like, man, that speak on that. Like, how we losing a lot of the people that's the hardest in the game to a lot of different ways.
It's tough. It's really tough because nobody sees it coming, and nobody's. I feel like when that happens to people, and nobody's really thinking about that outcome. Even though those two instances happen in different ways, but it's just tragic. It's just tragic because it's so short. It's not really fair to the people that it happened to, both Juice and Triple X and Pop Smoke and
PNB Rock,
and people that I know personally. Yeah. It's really fucked up, especially especially when it's like us on us crowd. It don't make no sense, bro. Because I feel like we all should be winning anyway.
Right.
But just to stick back to your question, those legends and those celebrities, it's just unfortunate. And really think it's avoidable. I think it's avoidable, honestly. But it is something that happens, and that's life.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, if we have them in mind, we'll learn from it on how to move, what we should do, what we shouldn't do.
I'm gonna be honest. This is something I really haven't been doing, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start using my voice more to like stand on the point of getting away from those hard drugs. Like, you know, even I'm talking about the pills, everything, because there's a lot of stuff that's toxic in our community, and like we stand by. And I know it don't really matter sometimes because people not gonna change till they want to change, but I'm okay. I've always been okay with being that friend that'll tell you every time you light up a cigarette, man, I'm tired of you smoking cigarettes, man. Like, I've always been that friend that's okay with that. So I'm cool with that because eventually you going to hear it. You going to be like, all right, bro. And you going to realize, like, man, he been telling me this whole time because you know I'm telling you something that's good for you. And that's what we got to get back to. We got to get back to the point where we telling people that the things we know that's good for them. We know if this is what's in you putting this in your body, you 20 years old, you looking like you 30, 40 years old because it's aging you. Like, you see it. You can see it all in your face. And then your body, you just dropping dead. Like, this is not right. It's not right in your 20s. So we gotta stop just being okay with those type of things, I feel like.
I totally agree. And usually, you know, we can see the signs like you described.
Yeah.
It's just telling people to be accountable. We're kind of losing that. People act like they don't know what they're getting so into, like they don't know the effects. But again, just to spin back around full circle to your last question, it's just unfortunate, bro, because nobody sees that shit taking over their life.
Nah, you're right.
But it can take over your life, bro.
Yeah.
That little voice in your head is strong. It's a powerful thing, man. And you think sometimes you're controlling it, but then it could be controlling you.
Yeah. And okay, that circle right into your single. What's the one you was talking about?
Talking about Shadows.
Yeah, talk about that Shadows.
Yeah, that's
okay. Well, you was telling me when we was in the studio, you was talking about how everybody has those conversations in their head sometimes. Like, everybody have them, but we might not talk about them.
Right.
You talk about that, why you put that into a song, and how you was able to put that into a song.
Honestly, man, I was going through some dark times a couple months before I wrote it. My homie again from Nashville, John, shout out Johnny, shout out John Gotti. He sent me this track with this guitar, kind of riff in it, and it made me think about, you know, where I was at that point in my life, both physically and emotionally. I had just moved to Charlotte. I was by myself in a new place, trying to figure out where I was going, trying to figure out what I'm doing, like, why am I here, like, how I'm gonna make the most of this situation, like, where do I want to be? All these little questions in my head I'm asking to myself. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where are these questions coming from. Like, this little voice, where is it coming from? And I realized that little voice is something that it's not just something that I have. We all have it, no matter who you are, no matter how up you are in life, no matter how down you are in life, no matter how much money, no matter what your health is. Like, that little voice in your head is strong and it's powerful, and you got to be aware of it because it could influence how you move. And if you're not influencing it, I gotta say it again, if you're not influencing that voice in your head, it's influencing you. So be careful of those dark thoughts, those shadows that kind of lurk in the back of your mind. Like, that little voice, it'll pop up out of nowhere. Yeah. So I want you to be aware. I don't want you to be surprised, but I want you to be aware, and I want you to be directing it.
Yeah, and I like how you said that because it's true. Like, and that could be something that's like appalling because you could be in a happy moment, like you graduating or something, like something that's supposed to be 100% happy, but out of nowhere it's that voice like, boom, I'm graduating, but why I hadn't already did this test I supposed to have did, or why I ain't already got my stuff moved in,
can't even enjoy it, right?
Like, it's something always there. So I like that you saying, like, the fact that we can be more conscious that is something that's normal, so it's not like you looking at yourself like you different.
Right. Cause, like, not even to go out and, like, on a stretch, but that song, like, we'll probably play. You know, I released that on my last project, Please Excuse My Rage. That song I feel like can help a lot of people, like, going through stuff that might want to, you know, get back at somebody or do something to themselves or do something to somebody or, you know, feel like they're alone. We all feel like that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, it don't matter how great you are, how successful. There's been points in your life where you felt alone. You felt like you couldn't relate to nobody. You felt like even if you asked for help, no matter what they said, it wasn't going to help you.
For sure.
And that's a place it's okay to be in, but just make sure you pull yourself out. Just know you got to tell that little voice in your head, okay, it's cool to be down. We feel lonely. We feel like nobody really is reaching out or relating, but I dictate how I feel about that and how I react to that. So knowing that, you can move forward. Yeah. You can plan out your thoughts. You can plan out your day. You can have an abundance mentality in which you start seeing opportunities. You start seeing problems as opportunities. Mm-hmm. That's where shadow kind of came from. It's like, let me take this feelingness of alone and make it an opportunity to connect with people. Yeah. And I've gotten some great responses from that. Man, my mom liked that song. My mom don't like none of my songs. She's a good Christian, background where that's where I first started singing in the church, stuff like that. But she heard Shadow. She said, "Oh, this is a different genre. What is this? You should drop this." Mama said it's real, so I was like, "Okay, I gotta take this serious. I think my granny even heard that one too. I repeated her. But
that's when you know that it's a real one, when it can hit any generation. It can hit anybody. Music is universal. Good music is universal.
I swear.
Really don't matter. But I do want to circle back to you was talking about the because you said that you just finally brought it up, but you said it a lot before we started. You was talking about the abundance mentality.
Right.
And that reminds me of one of my homeboys, Carter. Shout out Carter. He talks about that same thing. So you get into what that means to you, what the abundance mentality means to you.
Abundance mentality. Well, I just know I like to keep my life balanced. So I just know the opposite of that. I felt the opposite of that, where I felt like everything was scarce, where I felt like maybe I wasn't making the right decisions, or I wasn't having enough time, or I wasn't having enough money, or I wasn't having enough opportunities to A, make music, or B, make money. Or so the opposite of that is feeling like you are the person that creates the abundance, whereas you are the person looking at scarcity. So I might see a problem as an opportunity rather as a problem as something's going to waste my time, where I'll see a problem as a position for me to analyze and grow, rather than seeing as something somebody else should do and it's not my problem, and something I should avoid. So I start seeing problems or solutions in my head to problems as opportunities to grow. So the abundance mentality to me is just sharing your knowledge, sharing your joy, sharing maybe even if you're down, that can help you bounce back up real quick. But if you kind of just dwell on something for too long and let it fester, it can become a negative thing. So with the abundance, I believe that, okay, you might have a rough morning, but there's more time throughout the day. You can fix that. You may have a bad week, but hey, how's a month looking? Looking at the bigger picture. Yeah. When you're not looking at the bigger picture, you start thinking again scarcity, like me. I did this for it. Why not you? Instead of just doing things out of the kindness of your heart and understanding that when you do right by your word, usually things come back. Yeah. The righteous still are winning out here. Don't let people get fooled. Like, sure. Moving righteously gets you way further than doing rat nigga, fuck nigga shit.
And like you say, when you moving out of scarcity, like that mean you getting desperate. Right. Like you moving desperate, and that ain't never good, because you can go for anything at that point. And I was kind of talking about this earlier, how like people, they'll harbor opportunities, like True. They don't even want to put you in a room with certain people because they afraid you might go past them or you might keep going without them. But I feel like we gotta lift each other up, because the stronger the next person is, the stronger you gonna be able to be. Like, we able to use each other's platform, because that's what it's supposed to be about. You building, you networking the whole time as you grow, and you respect the business as you do that.
I completely hear you. I was talking to some of the friends I made here while I was recording my last project at Audio Box. Just kind of how that works. Like, it's more about adding to the network. And I don't mean people necessarily. It can be the right energy. It could be focused time. It could be being somebody that's reliable. So I understand what you mean, because sometimes when we get an opportunity, we're so anxious about it, anxious about capitalizing on it, anxious on, making sure we don't mess it up, that we overanalyze. Again, that's kind of going against the abundance mentality. If you know that more opportunities are going to come, you'll just take care of the opportunity for what it is, instead of maybe A, trying to make it stretch, or B, fumbling it,
right,
because you just think it's no big deal. Right. So, like, even you were talking about earlier about, like, those moments when you might not want to do an interview, or you might not want to get on stage, right, or you might not want to record, and you're being persistent. That persistency comes with an abundance mentality, because hey, maybe this don't last all the time, so let me just do what I got to do and do it well. Right. It's kind of hard not to have that mentality if you're thinking in abundance, rather as in scarcity, you're just like, oh, I hope I don't fuck this up. Oh, yeah. Oh me, oh my.
And when I think of abundance, I think of, like, being thankful. True. Like, you being thankful for the things that you had, no matter what it is. Like, because a person, you could have abundance mentality and really not have nothing. Like, it's relative.
You could be delusional.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it could be. You look at some people that's literally living on the streets. Like, some of them people have the highest spirit. Like, I'm talking about happy every time you see them.
That's very true.
But then you could see, like, a person that got millions. They miserable. Like, they jumping off buildings every day. They killing themselves every day because they lost a couple million. Like, so it's relative. We put in place what we feel like things, but everybody, what's important to me is not what's important to you. What's important to the next man is all about what you care about.
Right. I think that's more like a fulfillment spirit thing. A homeless man can feel fulfilled getting a pack of cigarettes and a can of beans. When a homie with the millions might lose $500,000, they go his whole week. But again, it's like you said, it's kind of funny how this circles back to, like, the mentalities and shadows. Like, you can be a millionaire with a rough day. You feel like doing something you might regret. You could be a homeless man on a good day. You might feel like you're the king of the world.
What's up?
So I understand what you're saying, though, too, because there is a level of understanding what abundance is for you. A homeless man in abundance may be a couple of can of beans.
I'm telling you, it is
abundance for me this year. I want a light half meal. I say that. I think I'm really gonna chase and touch a half meal in 2023. That's the goal. I don't want to shoot my shot too far, not like Curry range.
Yeah,
but I think I can do that. Just jumping full in with the music. You may not even see it. I mean, it may not be on my wrist. It may not be on my neck. But you're gonna see it in the production of my music.
I feel like it's never. Don't say nothing is too high, because you drink. You supposed to kind of say, because I was listening to something earlier. They was saying it's better to say you want to reach for a number that's up there, because you will mess around. Let's say, boom, you like, nah, I don't want to say 500. I'm gonna just say I want to make 200. Like, you'll make that 200.
Right.
But if you would have shot for that 5, you could have made that 5.
Right.
So that's why it's better to go ahead and go for that number that you want. Because now, once you make that 2, it's going to make you sit back like, boom, I already made my 2. That was my goal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just reach. Like, don't put your goals where it's out of reach, because then it get discouraging. Right. But put it where it's up there where you got to work for it, where you know you got to do a little bit extra to get that.
True.
Yeah.
Believe that. I feel that. I totally agree.
Yeah.
That's definitely the best way to do that.
So what's some of the goals for you in 2023?
2 albums, at least 6 music videos. Probably gonna put some money in promotion. I've never really done that. Mm-hmm. I kind of just drop for my friends and family. They kind of just shoot it around to people they know, people they know that like some good music. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna do some more of these, like, magazine interviews and really work on presenting who I am as an artist.
I get a real strong, like, independent vibe from you, like a Dolph, like Nipsey, like, not even about who they are, but just about the fact that you got the ability to be independent in yourself. Like, you could build it. Like, you can go get a team and join whatever you want to do. But the way you moving right now, honestly, you're on a path where you won't need to do all that.
Shout out to Money, and shout out to Munchie, and shout out to KD.
See what I'm saying?
But they all have told me I'm just missing the right team.
Yeah.
And, you know I gotta lose a couple more pounds to get on stage and make sure I'm not out of breath when I'm performing and everything like that.
Yeah, you want to be healthy.
So I know there's still things I gotta work on myself as an artist.
What are some of your goals for 2023?
Goals for 2023. I want Don't Delay My Love to hit 15,000 streams. First 2 months. I think it's doable. I think my fan base is gonna come in close for me. Just a doable amount of streams. A nice little impact. I like making an impact. I got a lot of grails on this project. Some of my personal favorites. Some of my friends' personal favorites. That's one. And drop another album. My plan is to drop 2 albums until I die every year. So what year? 2,300. Hey, Elon gonna come through, but
What you said?
at that point, ain't gonna change.
2000. What you say? What year?
300, something like that. 2,300.
2300.
2,310.
What you got on today? Where you about to be a vampire, ain't you?
That'd be lit. I wasn't thinking like that. That'd be lit. Vampire is way more dope than like a robot.
Nah, it will be the robot. The, so, is there anything else that you want to leave the people with before we get up out of here?
Be on the lookout for a couple singles this spring, a couple videos. I'm looking to collaborate with some people from my last project. Please excuse my rage. 6-0, 1990 pop. Some production from John Gotti and Munchie and Money Made, and hopefully KD and some other producers that I'm working with, 48 Reek and Lord G. Just a lot of people in the Charlotte scene, North Carolina scene.
Yeah, that's some.
Hoping to get in the Raleigh scene too. Yeah.
Yeah, some of my people. You been? Are you trying to slide through the Raleigh scene? Yeah, I got
trying
people. I got people in Raleigh too.
Just trying to work everywhere, bro. Like I really want there to be a culture here. I think there can be. It's just we gotta keep with that abundance mentality, bro. Like everybody gets their time on the mic. Everybody get their time to shine.
For sure.
But don't slip. It's competition out here too.
For sure.
Like, don't slip. Because if you don't want your stage time, I'll take the full 15. I'll take the full 30. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want the opportunities just to be wasted. Even
well,
if
that is something
you, know
you kind of could tell them about because you hadn't got to say how you love to perform. Like that's your favorite part.
It's kind of how I make my music. Like I gotta learn how to do cut-ins eventually because I respect people who can do cut-ins because I can't do cut-ins that well. I have to do one takes. And I do that because when I'm on stage, I want to be able to translate that music right then and there with the people, and they already kind of know how it's going to come. Either that or like with ad-libs. So performing to me is the most crucial part because that's the moment you get with somebody to really explain your story, really to make them feel a song come alive. And I feel like that moment is precious. For real, it shouldn't be taken, for granted. Whether it's a free concert or somebody pay you, $100K. That's just me, though.
All right. So, you can lead the people with your social media.
OG Delay everywhere. IG. I don't got a Twitter. I do got a Twitter, but I need to probably actually start tweeting. Since Elon took over, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man, forget Twitter, man. We need the black app. Music, Bootsie, when you gonna develop that IG, app, man? We ain't need the black app.
TikTok. Oh yeah, that would be crazy. Bootsie on his own app.
Yeah, man. He need to. He keep getting kicked off. IG every time he drops something, they shut his page
IG's
down.
very biased, but
oh my god, they are, bro. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. I was telling them how like whenever my joint, like my reels, they be monetized, and there's certain stuff that I know for a fact they're gonna demonetize them just off rip, and it's only when I post for my like hip hop music videos, anything with black rap music videos. But if I post anything else, like just my interviews or behind the scenes, anything, it's cool. But when I post anything with rap in it, they demonetize it. And there ain't nothing dirty in
it. Yeah, they be people, they be all that shit.
Yeah.
Don't let that slide, bro.
Yeah, man. So we need to get our app. I appreciate it, though, bro.
Appreciate you.
And whenever you drop that next project, we get another one in.
Don't delay my love.
Let them know.
It's coming this spring.
Yeah, and we out. Y'all know what to do. Keep it in the street.
Yo, so I was just wondering.
Mm-hmm.
Interviews. What type of interviews, or who do you want to interview? Who do you see yourself interviewing in the future? Besides me, OG Delay.
Who do I see myself interviewing in the future?
Who do you want to sit down and talk to?
I mean, I got some real goals like that I got written down that I feel like I'm definitely wanna, because my thing is I want Carolina to be pushed so hard. So my goal is to really interview a lot of the top people that I done looked at for years in the Carolina. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like J. Cole. I mean, I got LaMelo Ball down there. I got let me see. I had Raspity. I want to do Raspity. I want to do I like to do Dennis Smith Jr.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, Dennis Smith.
Some athletes on here that'd be dope too.
I like to do
people who,
but I really like Terry Rozier, bro. Like I want to do Terry, and I know somebody that knew Terry, so all right, 1 degree of separation. You never know. And then even outside of the Carolinas, like because why I'm into this is because I'm a filmmaker. Like I like making film, so if I could ever I want to interview Spike Lee for sure. If I could pick his mind, that'd be crazy. If I could interview Ava DuVernay.
Okay.
I love her. She a female director. She cold. She cold. And I ain't even mean to like ain't nothing about sex at all. She hard regardless. Like she hard regardless. She everything she do she bringing the gold. But
so if you had to do a dinner between her or Spike Lee, which one you going to first?
It's gonna be Spike for sure. Okay. Spike was bro, I got so much Spike paraphernalia and everything. Spike was the reason. He's part of the reason why I wanted to be a filmmaker. Like a lot of the stuff that I seen, the way his styles of shooting things, it showed me like you could do a lot in films. It ain't just what you see, like what you think you see in the eye. So it's like people like that. Oprah, like I look at like Oprah. I would love to interview Oprah, bro. Cause to me, I look at Oprah like she was one of the first like viral sensations in my eyes.
Very true. Wrote papers on her.
Yeah, like cause if you think about it, it was before social media.
True. So
she was the one person who everybody would go home every day and go millions and get around the TV and watch. I know my mama loved watching Oprah. So like,
facts.
Knowing she had that type of like hold on people, I want to talk to her. Like, how she do that?
I was getting ready to ask you, how do you think she did it? Was it like a authenticity type thing? Or?
I mean, I feel like it's authenticity, but I also feel like certain people got a touch, bro.
True.
Certain people like they just, it's like it ain't even a 1%. Like it's a 1% of a 1% of a 1% of a 1%. Like
it's like one of those you feel it and you know, don't know why you know.
Yeah, like they almost a God. Like, and it's like you don't want to say that, but God said we all are God, so it's okay to say that. But like, it's certain people that is like, bro, they're so at whatever their gift is, they're so in tune with it that is above what the typical human can do with it. They done locked into something different. So like, I feel like Oprah, she one of them people. LeBron, I feel like he's one of them. Because, bro, you can't tell me playing for 20 years in the NBA and like at a high level.
Being great.
Like, bro, at a high, not just like you here, you just there. But you playing at a high level for 20 years, averaging over 25 points. Well, I don't care who your favorite player is. You have to look at excellence over that long period of time, and that's the type of people I always study. I always study people that been in the game forever, and they been doing good forever. Like Dame Dash, Hov, Nipsey, Tupac, like, you know, Nipsey and Tupac was like similar people.
Okay. Just like different sides of the country type thing.
Yeah, and but like their mentalities was real similar though. Like, I feel like if Pac would have been living, he would have loved Nipsey for sure. And then they both ended up dying young before they even got the chance to fully blossom. But I feel like that was just what God needed. That's what God wanted. You know what I mean? Like, they were that great.
Yeah, those lessons.
Like, they were so great. You look at Tupac, the stuff that he did, people, you won't even believe he died. So young that he died. Like, bro, you talking about?
You know, they still looking for Tupac.
Bro, he like
That's
20.
impact.
He got all these movies, all these
Impact,
albums.
yeah.
Like, you were a legend before you died, and you died like 25. Like, bro, you ain't really even get to see nothing. He definitely a GOAT.
I feel that, bro. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. A lot of people around Charlotte and just some people that you kind of really rock with musically and the longevity of their career and how seriously they take their careers and being excellent at what they do. I respect that.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm not dropping no bullshit. So just know when Don't Delay My Love comes out, anytime I put my name in the album, just know it ain't finna miss. It ain't finna miss.
Can't miss.
Come on now. You gonna find a track you like.
He cocky. You already know.
Yo, people, is it cocky if you back it up?
Nah,
Is
it
it
ain't.
cocky? That's all I gotta ask. Is it cocky if you back it up?
It ain't.
Don't Delay My Love's coming pretty fucking soon. OG Delay, be on the lookout. About to be your favorite artist.
Be on the lookout for my boy, man. Tap in with him. We out.
Are you ready, Katie?
Pull up in a spaceship, feeling like Jetsons. Probably out of universe, driving on a mission. I've been searching far and wide, chasing all the visions. Burning all the reefer up, feeling like the Jetsons. I'ma be surprised.